Kate Mara played the role of Sue Storm in 2015's Fantastic Four, and while the movie wasn't a hit, it would be great to see her and other castmates appear in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. For all the flaws of the multiverse saga, after the explosive success of the Infinity Saga, this era of the MCU has managed to do some great things for Marvel on a larger scale. Before the MCU, and even during its run, Marvel hasn't always had the best track record with movie releases. Back in the 1980s and 1990s, DC dominated the film landscape with incredible movies featuring characters like Superman and Batman. Meanwhile, some of Marvel's biggest stars struggled to make it off the comic book page or the small screen. Then, in the 2000s, Marvel started to have a bit of a shift with a string of popular releases, such as Sam Raimi's Spider-Man and the X-Men movies. Despite this, Marvel movies from Universal, Sony, and Fox had a tendency to be hit or miss. The MCU has brought a wide range of Marvel movie actors back. The multiverse has opened up opportunities for major comebacks. While the MCU did a lot to heal the past and improve on movies that failed to capture the magic of the Marvel characters, it also led to other studios who own parts of Marvel IP to rush out products in an effort to compete and capitalize on the popular MCU. The Sony Spider-Man movies, which didn't feature Spider-Man, are a great example of this. But the MCU managed to take a lot of these older versions of the characters and give them new life, and that has all happened largely thanks to the multiverse saga. In Spider-Man, No Way, Tom Holland's Spider-Man faces off against several villains from the Raimi movies and the Amazing Spider-Man movies. He is also joined by Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, giving both of their versions of Peter Parker a shot at saying goodbye to their characters. In a similar vein, Deadpool and Wolverine was a celebration of many Marvel movies that came before, featuring Wesley Snipes as Blade, Jennifer Garner as Elektra, and Channing Tatum as Gambit. The film also cast Chris Evans in a cameo role where he played Johnny Storm. Kate Mara's MCU cameo comments make a Marvel movie return certainly seem possible. Kate Mara is ready to return to a Marvel project. The multiverse has its weaknesses, but the way it is used to repair old wounds in the realms of Marvel movies is a spectacular addition to the MCU. However, the multiverse saga is marching swiftly towards its end, and there is very little time left to capitalize on this ability before it needs to be abandoned. And before it does move on, there are other actors who deserve a chance to shine in the MCU, with many making comments about how much they would like to be involved. In fact, when Kate Mara was asked if she had been approached to return, she gave a heartwarming response that speaks volumes. Via CBR, Fantastic Four, sometimes referred to as Fant Four Stick, was a disappointing effort to reboot a franchise around Marvel's first family. While the cast was talented, and the writing and direction came from individuals with experience, it appears that interference from the studio and multiple edits made the movie into a shadow of what it could have been. However, Kate Mara's positive comments about wishing she could return make it clear that she does not feel done with the story. If she and the other cast members from the film were given a chance to return in the MCU, it could be great for the multiverse saga and the fanbase. Why Kate Mara's Sue Storm returning in the MCU would make sense. There is a major crossover event coming in the multiverse saga's final chapter. As mentioned above, the MCU has established a way for multiple versions of a character to return. While Joseph Quinn had already been cast to play Johnny Storm in the Fantastic Four, First Steps, Deadpool and Wolverine brought Chris Evans in to play his version of the hero from the 2005 movie. Evans was himself the actor who played Captain America from 2011 until 2019 in the live-action MCU. Robert Downey Jr., who played Iron Man since the MCU's inception, has also now been cast to play a new character, Doctor Doom, in Avengers, Doomsday and Avengers, Secret Wars. These choices might not make sense in another franchise, but the MCU's multiverse saga opens the door for all kinds of weird and wonderful possibilities. Avengers, Secret Wars in particular is set to have an enormous cast of new and old characters from across all of Marvel's movie and TV show history. In this way, it would make a lot of sense to bring Kate Mara back as a variant of Sue Storm, and it could even have her interact with the new Sue, Vanessa Kirby, and her predecessor, Jessica Alba. This would be another great connection tying the multiverse together, and redeeming versions of these heroes, like those seen in 2015's Fantastic Four, that never got a proper send-off.